I was your hype man, in the early days, So
Yeah.
this is like, before we jump into everything, I always wanted to ask you, how did you feel about not signing a hip hop contract to rap for a living?
Yo, I still think about it till today, man. It's like, what would have been like, especially at, we were at the Wendy Williams birthday party, right? At the Lions Club. And it was you, it was Ike, it was a few others that, Ike was the DJ. He's from Long Island. And, I had a performance opportunity that day. And, what was crazy is that it was a Saturday afternoon. And for me, I didn't perform on Saturdays or Friday nights. But this one, I was like, okay, we could do the sound check Saturday afternoon, wait till sunset, and then the show starts. But they were still building the stage. The stuff wasn't even prepared. So I could have come later on and, just gotten in. But, what we learned from that lesson is that, things didn't work out. And, there was a fight between Adolf and I guess Sticky Fingers. There was some beef with the Lost Boys with security, and the show never continued. They put on the professionals. The MC had beef with the manager of the club, so we never got our shot because I was the amateur performer, but hoping to generate some interest. And it just never happened. So I always wonder, like, what would have happened if I'd been able to go on stage and you were ready to hype it up and do all of that. But at the end of the day, I had one conversation with Phife Dawg from A Tribe Called Quest, right? Had one conversation. And I went to his crib on 192, right? Just because I knew where he lived. I just randomly would go there. And one day he took me upstairs and was like, yo, listen, man, I know it's cool. You want to get into hip hop, you want to rap and all of that, but there's a lot of stuff that you don't know about the things that happen behind the scenes. Right. So, he just poured into me that day. He didn't say don't do it. He just said, be careful as you try to get into this industry. He was telling me what he knew was real. You're looking at a person who was on a triple platinum type album, right? But they weren't making triple platinum type money, right? Because of the industry. So, me going in green, what would have happened also with my contract? If I did sign a contract, what kind of contract would it be? Would I have even made it off the shelf? Would I have even created a video? You know what I'm saying? I could have been that kid that, you signed that contract, but you didn't do much with it. So, and there's so many stories like that. So, I'm grateful for the path that God gave me.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned Phife. You remember the early days at Linden, grade school, SDA church. Q-Tip's mom was my third grade teacher.
Wow.
Mrs. Davis. And I used to cut to go and see and, play with, John Prayer Lewis, the Prayer Lewis family. And I used to see Malik and John. They was rapping from back then, I think they was like in the 8th grade at that point.
Right.
And then, I'm familiar with Phife, him being Trinidadian as well.
Right.
People knew him. And, he always came around and showed love. That's what I remember most about him. So definitely rest in peace to Phife, and everybody and Tribe, they definitely showed love, they didn't get big-headed and turn their backs on who they knew. They're still friends with a lot of us from back in the day. So,
true.
We definitely saw hip hop through different eyes, thanks to them.
Right. And I'll give you a fun fact. It was at Linden. I was in 7th grade, and Phife used to come around. Now, this is pre-Tribe Called Quest. He's come around because his cousin PJ used to go there and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So he played ball with us, basketball, baseball. talk to us, chill with us. I'm like, I have never seen it, you know, a grown teenager, you know, hang around at elementary school so much, right? But he was just always there. And then one day he comes to school in a suit. Like, yo, what you doing in a suit, Malik? You know, it's like, yo, man, yeah, me and John just started a group and we're gonna sign the contract today. I was like, real? For real? Yo, what's the name of the group? He's like, A Tribe Called Quest. I was like, yo. So that was the first, I saw him the day he was going to sign the contract. So that was a crazy, like, historical fact. I'll never forget that day.